Beginning on March 12, 2025, there will be a new 25% tariff on steel and aluminum. However, the repercussions of this are already starting to be seen in the field service industry. Distributors are already paying more due to an increased demand before the tariffs actually begin. These tariffs are also starting before planned tax relief begins, leaving contractors and consumers to immediately feel the effects of any price increases. Any potential tax benefits are months or potentially years away. Originally, the administration projected substantial revenue from the new tariffs, $1.2 trillion in 10 years from Canada and Mexico, plus an additional $200 billion from China. However, historically, Section 232 tariffs have raised the prices of steel and aluminum, even domestically. Prices have in some cases increased as much as 20% since the steel and aluminum tariffs were originally announced for both Mexico and Canada, both major steel exporters to the United States. And experts expect that the aluminum prices, as well as the steel prices, will stay elevated with the new tariffs. Initially, you might think this only impacts the HVAC and plumbing side of field services, but the ripple effects of these tariffs will extend much further, impacting all of field services. Consider the everyday materials you use that include aluminum and steel: work trucks, other vehicles, equipment like mowers and air conditioners, everyday tools, materials like piping and sheet metal, and even computers. The list goes on and on. Since the majority of US manufacturers use exported steel and aluminum, the impacts of these tariffs will be seen both in your business costs, as well as the everyday consumer costs too. With the increase in demand, even domestic prices are currently inflated. It's also important to consider other neighboring industries that these tariffs might impact. For example, many field service businesses rely on new construction neighborhoods. With these new tariffs, there's a realistic possibility that the cost of new construction homes will increase, likely decreasing new home builds in the future due to rising costs. While the current outlook is, admittedly, pretty bleak, there is some hope in the future in the form of tax benefits. In the meantime, it is becoming increasingly important to prepare your service business for a challenging market as you wait for those tax breaks.